Well, hello, thank you for joining me today again on the Church History Trail. You're very welcome to the programme. Where we are is we're actually at Newtownstewart Presbyterian Church in County Tyrone, and the reason why we're here is because I'm going to be speaking here Sunday, which is tomorrow, the 30th of March. So if you live about the district, you're more than welcome to join us. And you can see the sheep there in the field, and also the cows, and there's a cow watching me there up in that field there as well. So beautiful countryside around here. But Newtownstewart Presbyterian Church can be traced back to the Ardstraw parish, with the first minister being the Reverend Moorcroft, settling in the area and receiving an endowment in 1656. Now, the Reverend Moorcroft is mentioned as being of Newtownstewart in 1654. And you can see the tower there. Beautiful church, isn't it? Try and zoom up there and let you see inside the best I can. Can't see a big lad. I'm assuming that's the bell. Now, the Reverend Moorcroft was one of the ministers who received an endowment of £100 a year under the Commonwealth provision in 1656, known as Cromwell's Bounty. And you can see that this church, or at least the tower anyway, was built in 1909. But it certainly is a beautiful church. Now, the Reverend Moorcroft was deposed in 1661, and for a long period of time, the Presbyterians of Newtownstewart belonged to an adjoining congregation, and they had no place of worship of their own in the town here. And so in 1802, they supplicated the Synod of Ulster to be classed into a separate charge, and of course, their request was soon granted. Now, the first minister after Newtownstewart became a separate charge was the Reverend John McFarlane, who was ordained here by the Presbytery of Strabane on the 19th of December 1804. You can see the board there. Newtownstewart Presbyterian Church. And everyone is welcome, as you can see. So you're very welcome tomorrow morning if you can make it here for the service. So in 1824, unfortunately, the Reverend John McFarlane was suspended for misconduct, but he was ordained here in 1804 as the first minister after it was made a separate charge, as I say. Now, the Reverend Charles Adams was ordained to the pastoral charge here on the 9th of August 1827, but he also was suspended for misconduct on the 17th of August 1842. And then on the 29th of June 1843, the Reverend John McCarter was ordained to the pastoral charge, and on the 20th of February 1849, the Reverend Robert C. Dunnell was ordained as the Reverend McCarter's assistant. Now, the Reverend Dunnell died shortly after the Assembly of 1881. The Reverend Dunnell was succeeded then by the Reverend William G. Black, who was ordained here on the 15th of March 1882. So it definitely is a lovely church. And as I say, I'm going to be speaking here at 11:15 tomorrow morning, the 30th of March. So if you're about the district, you're very welcome.